You buy one, you get these two free.
I have two already.
Oh.
I use them, but I don't need a third. But thank you.
Okay.
If you find a table that has a bunch of
Any of these that wind up, they all work.
Okay, sir. Appreciate it. Do you have any men's watches?
No, these are the only ones I have.
Okay.
These are battery, which you'd have to put in, and these are wind-ups, and
Gotcha.
there might be one or two batteries in here, but I don't know if they're
Okay, sir.
working.
I'm always looking for vintage men's wristwatches, so thought I'd ask.
I've been in the saloon in the church. That's the extent of my interest. If the Bordell is a cool tool, it's like $2. Oh, the real
Amazing, huh?
He was an artist, so he had an artist's eye for doing photography.
Hey, sir. Can I take a look at this this watch, this Waltham watch down here? I collect vintage watches,
Okay,
so
sure.
always like looking at them, and interesting. I'm guessing it probably doesn't run, right?
Yeah, I think that one's overwound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you asking for that?
75.
75? Yeah. Can I take another closer
Sure.
look at
Huh?
it? I like the dial on there.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting piece.
Yeah, it is. It's a Waltham Premier 30 pulse. I don't know why it says that, 30 pulsations. Interesting. All right, you can set that aside. I'll see what else you got too.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, I got a lot of watches
Yeah.
around, so.
Any other mechanical ones like that?
Well,
Or you got mostly quartz?
the mechanicals are mostly up here.
Right
There's
there.
this Bulova.
Oh yeah, I didn't
I
notice
think
that.
this one runs. Yeah, this one does run. $40 on that one.
It's a nice,
Yeah.
nice Art Deco look
Yeah,
to
Art
it.
Deco. Yeah,
Okay.
it pretty much dates it, doesn't it? And
Okay.
there might be a mechanical or two in that.
Okay, I'll go check there too.
But there's watches everywhere.
Yeah.
so.
All right. Thank you, sir. I think that's a Bel Air watch. Got a Timex. Some quartz, Elgins. Interesting. Got some decent stuff. What's this thing right here? Interesting. Alright. The Tweety Bird.
I work at a place.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there you go.
That's why I was
old
like, I
school.
don't see these.
No,
so, yeah.
exactly.
I was like, that's in good condition too. I'll think about it.
All right.
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
So I found this little Casio watch too. I like that.
Huh.
I'll have to see if that works.
Yeah. I can go $5 on
$5,
that.
and you said 20.
25.
25.
Are you still interested in this one for 75?
Would you do 50 on that one? I'll do 50 on that. if you
Okay.
will.
So you got
So now we're at 75.
75.
Um,
This guy here,
I was thinking,
that works.
I think $10 for it. It's pretty.
Yeah, I was asking 20.
That's
How
all
about
right.
15?
Sure, I'll do 15 on that.
Okay, so we're at, what are we at?
We're at 115 now.
Okay, so 115.
115.
And this one's 20, that's an electric.
Would you do another 15 on that? Because these don't work a lot
Yeah,
when
I
you put in
know.
the batteries.
It's the battery issue.
Yeah.
You can't even, you have to kind of make a battery. I
Well,
know.
like I've bought these before, and for some reason they never work for me. So it just
I
depends
know,
if
it's
they're
common. These original, what's the other one, the first one that was electric?
Oh, the
Hamilton-
Bulova.
The Bulova.
Accutron.
The
Yeah. They
Accutron.
don't even make those batteries anymore.
Yeah, they don't make the
So
batteries
they
for
run
that one.
fast.
I used to have a customer that bought every one that I had. For
Hey.
$100, he'd just buy them all.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Because he
collectors
worked
out there.
on them and he
Oh,
could
nice.
make them happen.
So would you do 15 on
I'll
that
do
one?
it,
Okay,
15.
so that's 130 so far, and
And then
then
that is 90.
90?
I can't budge on that, yeah. So it'd be 220.
220. Would you call it 200 at all? Well, actually, you know what? How about so 200 with this, and then throw in the Bulova for $40, like you said, the one over there, and the 240 for everything.
Okay, that'll do.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it, sir. I'm always on the hunt for old watches, so doing pretty good. Got some vintage watches, a couple other collectibles, including that Zippo, which it's got some good value. I'm going to show you guys everything when I'm done here. All right.
It usually drops at night.
I know it's been a warm October,
Yeah,
for sure. Can't wait for it to cool down. So you got some vintage watches in here. They're all different prices, I'm assuming. Yeah. I like collecting old watches,
Yeah.
so I wanted to see.
Those are all wind up there, and I got
Yeah, I
some
see that.
automatic too.
Missing
and
mechanic.
the other case over here, Belmatic,
How much is this Seiko right here?
Seiko Belmatic. I'm asking 300 on it.
300. Is it
Yeah.
running too?
Yeah.
Can I take a look at it?
Yeah. You know how these work, right?
Yeah,
The wrist
yeah.
alarm.
Yeah.
Be careful, it's hot. Don't drop it.
That's super nice.
And that's the best dial for those Belmatics.
Yeah, that's a beautiful dial, man. Wow, that's super cool.
And here's a automatic Orient with like a turquoise style.
Oh yeah, how much are you asking for that one?
That one is 80.
80. It's a cool
It's all
dial.
stainless steel.
Yeah.
What else is?
What about this black dial Bulova?
Let's see that. That's got really interesting
Lugs on
lugs
it.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The curved lugs. Do $100 on it.
$100.
It's gold filled. Black dial.
Okay.
And then there's a long Curvex here.
Yeah, I
and there's
saw that
another
too.
Curvex down there.
Ruined, very thin.
Oh, that's a very
Yeah.
thin. Okay, that's
Yeah.
a Curvex then.
That's super cool. I've seen that.
That's a compass.
Yeah, how much for that wrist compass?
It's military.
Yeah.
$40.
$40?
Ah, you see it. Everything's hot.
Yeah, see, right in the sun. Yeah, I've seen these before. These are Korean War era.
Yeah.
I collect military stuff
Oh,
too.
okay.
So, yeah, $40. Okay. Dang, that one is hot.
I just everything's getting too hot. I might have to cover this up.
What brand is that little copper dial right there?
Let's see. A Doxa or is it a Nova? Let me see.
I think it's a Nova.
Yeah, maybe it is Nova. Invicta or something. I pulled the crown out.
That's got a cool dial for sure.
Mhm.
What are you asking for this one?
50.
50. Okay. A lot of watches in here. Probably junk, but it's worth it to take a look. You never know. probably the best watch I found in here so far. So you're asking 100 on this one.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I like that Nova-Matic. Would you do 150 for the Nova and the Orient?
Yeah, I could do that for you.
Okay. And the Nova runs good too.
I didn't wind it this morning, or did I? No, I
It's
didn't-
an
I didn't wind
automatic,
it.
so
yeah.
I mean you can still wind it. But.
Yeah, you can wind it a little. It's running.
Okay, see that.
I haven't set the time, but hi there.
Pretty cool.
Hey, this is authentic turquoise on there?
That's all turquoise.
Yeah, how much is that one? And then this one.
All right, so we're back home. I'm ready to show you guys these watches, and this one is my favorite so far. This is an old doctor's watch, and it's a Waltham watch, and it's super interesting. Let's look at everything I bought. So here we go. This is everything I bought. It's mostly watches, but you guys know me. I dabble with other types of collectibles on the side to make some profit. So I paid almost $400 for everything. And this right here, this is like a vintage Zippo from the 50s. It's sterling, it's broken, but I'm pretty sure I can get around $100 for that. We got a Game Boy. I just thought I would take a risk. It was super cheap. So I'll put batteries and have to test that out. And then we got a little 9th Air Force World War II pin. I'll probably sell that for around $20. So right there, that stuff's gonna help me make some more profits. But here are the watches, and you guys saw me negotiating for these. I tried to get like them for as cheap as possible without being disrespectful. Like I'm a pretty honest guy, so I try to offer as fair prices as I can while trying to make some profit. So let's get the cheap watches out the way. Here is a vintage, this is a vintage Bel Air watch, 17 jewel. I actually don't know if this runs, but I thought it was kind of cool. If it does run, I can maybe buff out that crystal a little bit and try to get around $30 for it. And next up, you saw me, most of these watches I got from one guy, and you saw me ask for this Bulova also. This is a really nice looking Bulova. You can see it kind of has like an Art Deco case. I love that case. Now this, they put a freaking ladies band on here. It's not a ladies watch, it's a man's watch. They were just small back then, so whoever put that on was maybe confused. I don't know if he did that or not. But it is running when wound up. I just have to test it for accuracy. But Bulova, you know, their watches aren't super expensive. Some of them can be. But I think if I put a nice bracelet on here, it's probably a $50 to $75 Bulova. Somebody will like that. And you got Christmas coming around the corner. So we'll test that for accuracy. I just set this to the correct time. It's around 7:40 right now, and I set the Bel Air too. So at the end of the video, we'll see if that's still keeping good time. But let's go to the next watches here. And you saw me buy this vintage Timex electric. I usually try to get these for as cheap as possible because it always seems like they never work for me. There's usually a lot of corrosion, which can be cleaned out. But even after I clean the corrosion, sometimes they still don't work. So I got this for, I think, $15. He just threw it in the lot. So if it is working, I'll put a battery. I have a bunch of batteries for these. I sell these like hotcakes for around $30 to $40, and it's got a nice 1970s look to it. So hopefully that one runs. And then another Casio. I've been coming across so many Casios lately, and he sold this really, really cheap for me. I think maybe for $5 or $10. And surprisingly, I think this is a little bit valuable of a quite valuable Casio. If they're running like original bracelet, I think they're worth a couple $100. But I don't know if it's running. I might try to put a battery in it. Sometimes it's not worth it depending on what it looks like inside of here. You can see it's a wrist remote controller. So this is like a universal remote for TVs. And it's funny because I remember somebody had a similar one when I was in elementary school, and he kept turning on the TV in the teacher's classroom. So pretty cool watch to be able to do that. Very sneaky. So we got a vintage Casio, and these are the best watches by far. And right here, I couldn't pass up this watch here. I think I got it for around $50. It's a vintage Novamatic. Nova, I'm not too familiar with that company, but what really stood out to me for this watch was kind of like a copper looking dial to it. And it's got some nice aging to it as well. Nice round case, and this is a neat looking watch. We're gonna test it out also. It's an automatic, so it looks like this one can also wind up. So we'll wind that one up. And probably the most expensive watch in this whole lot, you guys, is this vintage Orient. It's got a turquoise colored dial. I think that's made out of like a shell, abalone, I think it's called, or they also call it mother of pearl. It's a 27 jewel automatic, so kind of an odd number, but it's got a really neat look to it. You can see it's got the original case back. So far, it's running really well. And one thing I found interesting about this watch, it has this little pusher on the side, and that sets the date, the day date on here. So let's push that. So you can see that number kind of move from 29 to 30. So a neat little configuration there. It makes it a lot easier to set the date. As far as value, I think this watch is around $200 or maybe $250 I can get out of it. It's got a really neat bracelet as well, and it's just got a really cool look to it. Wow, really impressed by this watch. I almost passed it up. I walked away from that guy's booth, and he has a lot of other vintage watches, as you can see. And I was just thinking about this the whole time when I was walking, and this dial was just kind of what stood out to me. So I went back and I purchased it from him, and I made a good decision because I've seen online this dial, they sell for a little bit more than usual, so that was a nice find. And last up, you guys, my favorite watch find. You guys know I love vintage stuff, and when I say vintage, I mean like pre-1960. And this is exactly what that is. This is a vintage Waltham Premier. And what stood out to me are those words on the top. So immediately I thought this might be a doctor's watch, and that's exactly what it is. So this watch is not only used to tell time, but it's used to help take a patient's blood pressure, which is just really fascinating. It just puts into perspective that watches, they aren't just used strictly for looking at what time it is. They have so much more purposes than just a straightforward clock. And that's what really stood out to me. It kind of tells you a story when you're looking at it. This watch, I think it's from the 1930s era, maybe the early 40s, but it's a really small size. As you guys know, men wore small watches back then, and I can't imagine a doctor who's using his hands a lot wanting to wear a big watch. Probably wanted something small on his wrist that's not going to get in the way. And that's exactly what this watch is. Now, it needs a nice polishing, that case. I think it's gold filled, but I'm going to double check right now just to make sure. These are usually gold filled, and I just checked this. It is 10 karat gold filled. I thought for a second it might be solid gold, but it's not. But this is a very rare watch, you guys. I'm not kidding when I say it's probably hard to find. I found like 2 examples online. One of them, it was a little overpriced. It was on a vintage watch website. I think they were asking close to $1,000 for it. Obviously way better condition. It's running. The dial on here, it's not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. There's so much gunk on this case. It needs a nice cleaning. But just in this condition, it's worth at least $100. I know that for sure, because somebody out there is probably looking for one of these, wanting to repair it and restore it, or maybe they want the parts for it or the dial or something like that. But I'm going to be honest, I'm going to probably hold on to this and maybe we can get this repaired and running, and this would be a great watch to add to my collection because I'll probably never come across one of these ever again. Okay, the time is 7:54, 7:55ish. Let's take a look at these watches we wound up and see if they're keeping time. So the Bel Air looks pretty good, keeping time so far. And the Bulova looks pretty good. It might be a little slow. Looks around 54ish. I'll have to test that one for longer. Actually, all these I will. This Nova Matic, this looks pretty sharp. It's about almost 55. And then the Vintage Orient, it's looking pretty good as well. So that's good news, you guys. As far as value, we paid almost $400 for everything. I think the most expensive watch is going to be this one. This is probably $200. The Nova, I'll probably try to get $100 for it. The Timex Electric, if it works, I'll probably try to get $40 for it. Bulova, about $75. Bel Air, man, it's not in great condition, but maybe $25. This, if I did decide to sell it, I can probably get around, I say $150, even as a parts watch, but I'm gonna hold on to that. And this Casio, I don't remember off the top of my head, maybe around $50. Well, that's it for the watches, you guys, but I do have one quick announcement. A lot of you want to see how much I sell watches for, so I'm going to be trying to release a lot of short videos over the coming few months, just showing what sells out of the watches you've seen and how much it sells for, and hopefully that can kind of highlight to you guys the potential profit I'm making on some of these watches. It can maybe help you guys out too, to know how much to ask for some watches. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll probably test this out and release a little short video showing if it works or not. I thought it was just fun to get. I used to play Game Boy when I was younger, so neat little find. But you guys subscribe, like, comment down below. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.